Realtors.
So these are the 4 pillars to my system: mindset, foundations, automations, and funnels. No matter where you are working in your business, no matter what you're doing, you're working in one of these areas. And if you've seen my entire presentation, I go into detail about each one of these areas. However, today, this is week 1, we're only going to talk about mindset, because mindset is where we start. I used to have mindset toward the end, but you guys, it needs to be first, because if you do not have the right mindset for this business, you will not succeed. Because whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are correct. It all starts with how you wake up every day and how you look at your day, how you look at your week, how you look at your business. And that all is what's going to determine if you do the work or if you don't do the work. And so let me see what's going on in the chat here. Oh, Sabrina, Happy New Year. Okay, so that's where we're at today. But I want to run you through a little bit of what's to come. Next week, we're going to be meeting back here again, and we're going to talk about your real estate business foundations. And then the following week, we're going to meet back and we're going to talk about the automations. And then the 4th week, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about funnels. Also, there's 5 weeks this month. And in that 5th week, that's when we're going to do the entire presentation together. And hopefully you guys will want to come back for that as well. So let's talk about mindset and why that is so important for your real estate business. And we're building an abundance plan. I don't like the typical real estate business plans. Do this many calls, do this, do that. Like, I'm a relationship-based business coach. Like, it's all about the relationships that we build with people. And those are the people that are going to call you. Yes, you could buy leads. There's different lead generation funnels that you can do, but your number one source of leads is always going to be your VIP database. Or what Angela is going to be teaching you is how to be the local legend for your community group. So we're going to talk more about that a little bit later. But this is my favorite quote, one of my favorite quotes from Tony Robbins. What we focus on determines how we feel, and how we feel, our state of mind, powerfully influences our actions and our interactions. So you've got to wake up every day and you've got to work on that state of mind first. Work on getting your mindset in the right place so that you're not looking at all the doom and gloom that's out there, but you're instead focused on your business plan, your abundance plan, and what you need to do to implement to get in front of people so that you could go sell real estate. So your daily routine has a lot to do with that. But first, I'm gonna ask Angela to pipe in here too a little bit. We're gonna talk about what prevents us from doing.
You can tell her I was on the way.
I'm gonna mute you, Miss Jennifer and Maria. If everybody could be muted, that would be awesome. But you guys, this is where it all starts. And when I first started coaching with Angela about 5 or 7 years ago, I don't even know how long ago it was now, I was stuck in all of this place. I was stuck in this place. I was like in this space of fear, of scarcity, of not wanting to put my stuff out there. Not, I've been a successful real estate agent all this time. But I'm only doing this call for you here today because I decided to move into more of a leadership role. But there are some agents who won't even do what they need to do to be a real estate agent. And this is where that all starts, is your mindset and what are your past traumas? Like, what stories are you telling yourself? We're all in different places here. Like, we all most likely come from some kind of trauma in our past, though, especially the women that are in here. Like, we go through a lot because we do a lot. We're raising our kids. We go through divorces. We are trying to hold everything together. So many different things. But where are you on your healing journey? That's what you need to really stop and ask yourself is, are you working on changing that stuff? Are you working on telling new stories and putting new things out there for yourself? Or are you stuck in the same story of, I can't do this. I'm scared of video. I'm scared of, I can't pay the bills this month. Like, what are you telling yourself every single day? You have to stop and become a fly on the wall inside of your mind every single day. And you have to become aware of those stories that you're telling yourself. And then once you're aware of them, you're able to change them and you're able to stop and say, oh, wait, I don't tell that story anymore. I have a new story. We can't live in the past and the future at the same time. We have to heal the past to move on to the beautiful life that's waiting for us in real estate. Like, this is all part of it, because if you're not doing the work that you know you need to be doing, there's a reason why. Angela, do you have anything to say to all of that?
Yeah, and I'll say that I've been I've been coaching agents for 21 years. And the interesting thing is that most people who have chosen real estate as a career have some sort of childhood experience that left them feeling like they were either too much or not enough, and sometimes both, depending on the situation or the experience that they were in. And they are really tapped into wanting to help other people. So a lot of us as agents, we have that servant's heart and we want to be that person that goes and serves others. But a lot of times that desire is coming from a space of wanting to be accepted, wanting to be told like, hey, like, I like you, you're good. And so because we're doing it as almost a form of people pleasing and a form of trying to generate a sense of self-worth, that we get stuck in doing and not setting up any boundaries around it, so that um we tend to let people take advantage of us. We tend to run ourselves ragged and then wonder, like, why is my life such a mess? Why am I so filled with chaos? Why am I so disorganized? Why can't I manage my time better? So we kind of come around the same questions. But it is really interesting because it does tap into a lot of childhood stories. And that's definitely something that we can go more into. I have a whole 5-day video set thing that we're going to give you guys access to later on, that goes into a lot of like the stories that we hold internally and which stories stop us and which stories help us go. And so yeah, I think the biggest key factor here is that, like, don't feel like you're alone in how you feel. Because, like, I'm telling you, 21 years, like 98% of the agents I run into all are exactly like this. Like, we felt as kids that we didn't have home in the way we saw other people have it. And so we would always like want this idea of home. And then, so it's no wonder that we fell into a career where we wanted to help other people find home, right? And so that's what we do. But we tend to go over and above, and we don't prioritize our own needs and our own desires. And then we like strive to create this wonderful, beautiful life for ourselves, but we get stuck because we're so busy taking care of everybody else. And a big part of what Don and I are doing here together is helping you guys create the life and business you want, while also helping serve these people that you want to serve, but doing it in a very balanced way where you feel really good about yourself and what you're doing and the life that you're building in the process. And that it feels good, it feels organized, it feels like, oh, good, finally got it together, you know?
I feel that way now. I am telling you, this stuff works. I know because I've done the work. I've been doing the work for about 7 years to work on stopping living in that space and to take control of my life. I actually call it living above the line. in my head, I have like this imaginary line. And when I start to get below, I have the proper tools and I know where to go. I know what to do to bring myself back above the line. And that's the beautiful green space that I want to live in every day, where I want to see God's beauty. I want to be doing things to help other people. Like that's in my head above the line is what that's about. And that's not to say I don't go below, because I get sick. I have shit that happens too, just like everybody else. But I have the tools in place that I know how to pick myself up out of that, or sometimes allow myself to dwell there for a little bit, but know that I'm going to take that time and give myself that space, and then I'm going to put I'm going to get back at it and go do it. And so once you start being that little fly on the wall inside of your mind every day, and start journaling these things. Start journaling. Journaling is huge. I love to journal because I love to figure out things, and you're not always talking to yourself and remembering what you're telling yourself. So journaling some of those thoughts will really help you to figure out what it is that you need to get through. So this is another space that I really want to bring up every time I talk about mindset, because I see so many agents with this competitive mindset, and you have to get rid of that. This is your business. You get to design it to be exactly what you want it to be. You may be down here on level 1, and you may be watching and comparing yourself to agents who are way up here on level 10, and you've got to stop doing that. There's enough business out there for all of us, even in the current market that we're in. But you've got to figure out what your business is going to look like. And that's why we're here to work on your abundance plan. And we're going to do that for the whole month. We're going to help you guys do this. But competition, no, thank you. If that fly on the wall starts telling you, hey, you're living in competition right now, you're thinking competitive, like, don't get out of it. Just stop thinking about it. You have the power over your own mind to change your mind at any given time throughout the day. You do not have to think those thoughts that are below the line. You could bring them up, and you could bring up your energy, your state of mind, all of it. You get to do that. We're going to give you some tools today too to help you with that. So don't ever compare yourself to another real estate agent and how they're doing. Same thing with the lead generation funnels. When we get to funnel week and you decide on your funnels, don't think in lack. Like, if you're going to do for sale by owners, don't think, well, oh, so many other people are already doing that. No, you're going to think more along the lines that there are people that want to hear from you, that don't want to work with those other people. So there's always enough to go around, and you have to really get into that abundance mindset and versus the scarcity mindset. The other thing I want to talk about is we're going to be putting this plan together. The abundance plan, if you don't have it already, I'm going to share it with you here in a minute. But if you have to take the things that you're going to put onto your plan, and you have to time block them. You have to figure out what this work is, and then you have to get your calendar out, and you have to time block these things. That's such an important piece that agents fail to implement, is time blocking. There's a lot more to be said about time blocking too. I'm not the kind of person who time blocks like an hour for this. I time block in my days. Like, I'm going to work on this on Tuesday, on this on Wednesday, on this on Thursday. Like, I time block for my whole week. So you got to figure out what works for you though, and make sure that you're putting the time into your business every day that needs to be put in order to create this beautiful business that you want to do. So here are some ideas to help you with that. You can wake up. I wake up every day 5 a.m. My brain knows 5 o'clock. Sometimes it goes off I wake up at 4:30, and I just get up because I'm ready to go for it. And I have what I call me time every morning from 5 to 7. And that is when I do all of these different things to bring me into that right mindset. we're going to work on your vision. I'm going to give you guys the information for your plans so that you know what your vision is, you know what you want to do. Meditations, there's so many amazing guided meditations to get you into thinking into that future self. Google like future self meditations. I love the future self meditations because it's taking your mind to a place of you in the future, and you've already, it's like you've created all of this stuff already, and you think from that person's point of view, and it will help you really to get excited to go do the work that you need to do. Lots of different things to say about meditations. Read. I don't like the 10x books anymore. Like I don't need a lot of the things. A couple of my favorite books for you guys that I think if you're on this call that would be really good books for you would be the 12-week year. This will help get you into the right thinking. Like I implement this book, I teach this book, I do all kinds of things with this book. But the 12-week year is kind of like the Bible for real estate agents to write out your vision, to implement the things you need to do. It's a great book. Another one, if you are stuck on mindset, I love this book. This is called The Mountain Is You by Brianna Weiss. She did another book this year. Oh, Angela, what's that book called that she did that we read? That has like the daily things. I forgot it. It's
The
in
pivot year, the pivot year.
Like if you've heard the pivot
Yeah.
year, she wrote that too, but this is amazing. This is such a good book.
Yeah. And I will say the pivot year, like I read that to my husband every morning. And I started out with the day that I was in the year, which was like day 300 something when I got the book. And so now we're at the beginning of the book. And like today we read day 2. It's been so on target every day. It's been amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, I read it. I don't read it every day. I've been awful. I've had it for probably 4 or 5 months, and I think I'm on like day 34. But what is so crazy is when I remember to reach over, it's in my living room, my space that I sit in every day and do my me time. But when I do pick it up and I read the next page, it's perfectly fitting for me. So there's no wrong or right way to do it. The pivot year, I don't have that in here, but it's really good. And one more book that I want, since we're talking about reading right now, this is an amazing book. It's called What to Post, and it's a workbook. And since you're in real estate, this is, if you're wondering what to post, this is a great book that goes along with everything that Angela and I are going to teach you about working with your community and about all of the stuff. It's going to open up some big ideas for you of what to go out there and post. Kendall, the daily one is called The Pivot Year. Dawn, you are a little muffled. That is
Can you
because,
text me
yeah,
the pivot year
Kendall.
and what to post?
I'm muffled probably because of my allergies, I think. But do I sound muffled to everybody? Let me see. Hold on.
Dawn, it's like I texted you earlier about it. It's like you're using a different microphone or something.
I was.
Yeah, it's the tone.
Is it better?
It's kind of, I don't know. It's like the tone
pivot
is not
year
as
and what
rich
to
or
post.
smooth. And then it's kind of like
Hold on.
loud and high pitched and echoey.
Okay, I'll be right back, you guys. Here, write these down. What to Post. This is by Chelsea Pites. She is.
Chelsea.
You see it?
Somebody.
Chelsea Pites, and then
Pites.
here, I'm gonna go get my headphones. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, Angela. Talk to them for a second.
All right.
What's the name of that book, Angela?
What to Post. And then there was the Pivot Year, The Mountain Is You, and the 12-week year were the ones that she mentioned.
Okay, I'm back.
Thank you.
I'm back, and I have my headphones on. Is that better?
Yes, so much better.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't.
Okay.
I went and charged them from my last call because I didn't want them to go dead, and I
No,
forgot to go
that's
put them back
fine.
on.
It's much richer microphone.
Awesome. Okay, So reading, but be careful what you read. I don't like reading like all of those 10x books because they put too much pressure on me. Like I'm more about, do the things that feel right and help people and not, oh, just do it, do it, do it to do it. Like, so be careful what you read, you guys. Same with YouTube videos. Watch the inspiring stuff, the feel good stuff. Remember, you're always wanting to uplift yourself, not make yourself feel guilty. So if you're feeling guilty for not doing something, you can change that, but you got to figure out what it is that you're feeling guilty of first. Get into nature, yoga or walking every day. I love to do both of them. um Setting your intentions, read and write some intentions, like I intend to master video this year, or I intend to eat healthy today. Healthy lifestyle, that's huge. Let me tell you, I really went off the rails at the holidays, and I had 3 days of getting back into my healthy lifestyle because I ate wrong. I went to my family's house and they had no healthy food. And so I just indulged, but I knew, like I said, I know what to do to get back into eating right. So, always have a coach. Let us be your coaches for free here, until you got all this stuff. When you've got it all and you want to go hire a coach, then you could go hire a coach. But we want to help you here to get this stuff all down. So this is mindset stuff. These are great tools to help you. And I did, oh, Dana, that's funny. She said I did flow this morning with Adrian. I haven't even had time to do it yet, but I'm doing it today. I sometimes have to wait till 4 or 5 to do my yoga, which is great because then it leads me into the evening feeling really good. So just making sure I got all these questions. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of here because that is really all that I have to share for mindset. But I want to go open up the abundance plan and talk about that a little bit. So, is there anyone in here who does not already have the abundance plan? I'm going to share it with you right now in the group. So this is the real estate abundance plan challenge. The daily one. Oh, okay, I already answered all that. I'm going to share this one in the group. Just if you guys don't have it, hold on. And then I'm going to go over it real quick. Because this is what we're building every week. This is what we're working on. And this is where you want to take notes, write things, figure this stuff out. Copy the link. I'm going to just put this into the chat. Maybe when you open it, you're going to want to make a copy of it. So there's the link. So when you open it, it looks like this. And then it says make a copy. You're going to want to go to file and then make a copy. And then you're going to just name it your abundance plan. So just change that name to say Dawn's abundance plan or whatever your name is, and then make a copy. Then that's the copy that you'll be able to edit. You can delete my abundance challenge logo, put your own logo there if you want to. You could do whatever you want with this. Then it's yours. But what I want to show you guys is what this is going to look like. And we're going to work on this like all year. This is a plan that it's not something you're going to be done with. It's something we would love for you to come back and join us every Tuesday and work on it a little bit more, because you're going to be amazed at all the different things we're going to give you that you could go out and do, and it's not going to be done in the first week. The real estate game is not, there's no finish line. This is your business, this is your life, and this is about building something that's sustainable, that you can wake up every day and do and enjoy doing, not have a headache, not be stressed out about it. It's meant to be a gift for you. You got your real estate license with these big dreams of creating something, and then, but no one's showed you how for whatever reason. So this is where I want you do the work. So the first part of this, week 1, is mindset and the plan. So what's your why? Why do you want this? Use this space to fill that in. And then it's about your vision. I'm going to open mine up in a second and show you guys what mine looks like too. The vision. What do you want your emotions to be? What do you want your health, your wealth, your relationships, your business? What do you want all of these to look like? This is the week we talk about your vision and building the plan. Week 1, mindset and the plan. So once you get this downloaded, take time in the morning and sit there and just really figure this out. So I also want to show you what mine looks like, and so that you could kind of get an idea. Dawn's plan, business plan. Oh, that's the wrong one. My abundance plan. Sorry, I'm just totally having brain fog. My abundance plan. Okay, so this is mine. And mine has a lot more stuff than what yours does on it, but I've went in and filled it out, and I've copied and pasted things I want to remember every day. Like these are some videos that I've just copied from YouTube and put in here because I want to remember when I start to get overwhelmed, and that used to be a lot. Now it's not. I have learned about boundaries, and I know how to set them, and I know how to get out of overwhelm. But if I have, let's just say, for instance, I have a deal go bad, or I have an agent who's upset about something, and I'm in a space where I'm like, oh my, okay, who's not muted? I'm going to mute everybody. Sorry, whoever I just muted. So these are just, it's a space for me to come and put things so that I could refer back to it at any time. And then daily me time, these are the things I do. My word, I haven't updated this yet for 2024. I need to, because my new word for 2024 is abundance. So I need to get in here and do mine too. But mine hasn't changed. I mean, mine's exactly the same. And this is my why. This is why I want to do it. This is why I want to do everything that I'm doing. My mission, yours doesn't have a mission on there, but you can certainly put one in there. I just tried to make the blank one as simple as I could. My mission is to provide a pathway and a space for real estate agents to find their passion, follow their dreams, and create a business that supports their best life, leading by example, documenting all of my lessons and experience. And if you guys wonder, why do I do that? As some of you will say, because you recruit, Dawn. Yeah, I recruit because I want agents to find and have a great life and have the best of the tools. But my own book that I co-wrote tells my story, and my story is about scarcity. It's about living in lack. It's about how to pay the bills. It's my story is what created my mission and why I want to do all of these things that I do. And that's it. That is my mission for the rest of my career. That is what I want to do. I want to help other women and a few good men find the passion to be happy doing what they love. And real estate is just the best way to do that. It's the only way I know of too. So, and then emotions. This is my vision of how I want all of these things to be. And they are like, I had no New Year's resolutions. I have few things that I've changed. In fact, instead of adding things to my to-do list, I took things off. My relationships, my business, I wrote in all of these things. And these are, I really need to update this stuff, but my intentions. Then we're going to get to foundations, and foundations is next week. This is our call next week. We're going to really dig into what the foundations for your business look like. And then the next week, automations, and then lead generation funnels. And the funnels you need to go put out there into the world so that people can find you. So so I put the blank copy of this in here. Angela, do you have also in the 4th week, we're going to lead you into another funnel, which is going to be Angela's funnel and how to be that local legend. So we have a lot of great stuff coming to you this month to help you get your real estate business up and running and implement all of these things. So, Angela, do you have anything to add to that? Do you want to go ahead and share the workshop that you did so that they could do that in the meantime if they want to?
I don't have that listed
Okay.
out yet, but I'm working on putting that together for you guys. I have a workshop that I did a few months back, and we have 5 videos recorded from that. So you guys will get access to that later this month. And then just so you know, when we're talking about being a local agent legend, it's about identifying a group of people that you're really passionate about serving, that you just love serving those people. And then once you identify who those people are, then we want to focus on how can we reach out to those people consistently and show up for them and serve them in a way that they are constantly sending you business. So I discovered this whole process on accident. And it came to me sort of in 2 different chunks. But the first chunk was when I was working as an agent, and this was years and years and years ago. And I decided I was going to stop, and I was just going to be a mom, and I had very tiny babies. And I said, I just want to be a mom, and I don't want to focus on real estate and making cold calls and all those things anymore. I'm done with all that. So this is before we had social media. And so we had Yahoo groups. And so I went to Yahoo groups and I signed up for some groups that were just for moms. And I started taking my kids to these little mommy groups, and everybody was asking me what I did before I had kids. And I said, well, I'm a realtor. And they said, oh, do you still have your license? Because we are bursting at the seams. We need a new house. This is crazy. This is so awesome. We were looking for a realtor. I'm so glad I met you. And so before I knew it, I was going to play dates and writing up listing contracts, or we were following each other because we all had baby car seats and my kids were along for the ride, and we were showing houses. And so I had all this business coming into me on autopilot, and all I was doing was being part of a mommy group. And the more I engaged with that group, the more business they sent my way without me having to do anything else as a realtor to generate business. No other marketing, no nothing, just going to mommy groups. And so that was one side of it. Then the other side of it came years and years later, 4 years ago, actually, just a little over 4 years ago, when my husband's company relocated us from Orlando, Florida to Atlanta, Georgia. And so we were like, we don't know anything about Georgia. Where are we going? And so when we got here, or before we got here, we were really digging deep because we homeschooled all our kids. I worked from home. My husband traveled a lot. We're really focused on healthy eating and things like this. So I was looking for, I didn't want just like listings sent to me. I wanted to know like where was the Whole Foods and where were the healthy restaurants and where were the homeschooling groups, and I wanted to know more. And so I realized that there wasn't anything online that I could find that gave me any information other than going to the town's websites or looking up stores I knew I liked and then saying, where are these on the map? I mean, there was just nothing there. And so what I did was I basically went live on Facebook and said, hey, you agents are missing the boat here. I'm relocating and I'm going crazy looking for information that I can't find. And here's what I'm looking for. And so I created a class from that called Become a Local Celebrity Agent. And I outlined all the different ways that you could connect with your community and then showcase your community in a way that buyers would really, really love. And so it was those 2 things that I put together along with my productive flow coaching method, which is very integrated around your health and wellness for you as a person, your mental health and wellness, your physical health and wellness, overcoming the childhood traumas and all of those things, and putting all of that together into Local Agent Legend. So Heather, I think you've actually seen those videos. So I don't know if you have anything you'd like to add, but it was a wonderful 5-day workshop thing that we did, and like I said, I will give you guys access to that. But I think Heather has already watched them.
Awesome.
I was muted, sorry. They were phenomenal, and they really
Yes.
put things into like a perspective and a thought process that you could easily figure out where you wanted to go with
And
them.
that's what we're doing, is
Thank you.
taking all of that information, and Angela and I are combining what we do so that we can take you guys through creating this abundance plan all the way through to giving you the tools to go become the local legend. So we're really excited to do this year and combine our forces here. And I know that her stuff works because I used it back when she was my coach. So big fan of hers and great friend now. So with that being said, we would love to hear from you guys. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording right now.